Hey YouTube, this is The Green Prepper, and today we wanted to talk to you about surviving through storms and making sure that your family is prepared no matter what. Recently we had a very large storm come through our city, and we had a lot of flooding in surrounding areas, as well as thousands of people were without power. And what you have to think about is when you know a storm is coming, when you know that something is on your doorstep, how will you be prepared so that you know your family's taken care of, whether you don't have power for days or whether you're surrounded by water or whatever, you know? And I just got to thinking about, you know, all the people who have not had the opportunity to prepare, and just some of the thoughts and the thinking of what you should have and what's going on. So basically, like I said, recently we had some power outages as well as a lot of raining and flooding in our surrounding area. And so, you know, in a cabinet that we have some basic preps. Now, you've seen some of our food stockpiles and all that kind of stuff, and you've seen a lot of the preps that we've done. But what we have in one cabinet, we have some basic water supplies. We've got some basic medical supplies, basic protection or being able to build things or create things. We've got some basic food supplies here. You know, we got long-term meat like Spam. We've got canned meat, canned fruit, canned beans, stuff like that. Stuff that you don't need electricity to cook. Things that have a long shelf life that you can rotate as you eat. Very, very important, because if you don't have power, you'd be surprised the amount of things that don't work. And sometimes when you don't have power, you don't have water. Also, you need to make sure that you have a light source. Now, you have seen that we have our solar panel backup, where we, at the flip of a switch, have the ability to have our backup lighting as well as some backup power. But not everybody has that. We do have some videos that show you on our other channel, The Green Cabbie, how to make this rather inexpensively. And this gives us the ability to be able to charge cell phones, be able to have emergency power, be able to do some basic cooking if need be. But not everybody has that ability. So make sure that you have some low wattage usage light sources. Right here we have LED bulbs that you can get rather inexpensively, and it's got a directional spotlight as well as you know, other options for lighting. And you can attach it to a metal place. It's got a magnet on it so that you can have lighting in different rooms. We've got one of these in every room, so that's really nice. We also have one of these flashlights that you can actually hand crank. It needs no batteries, so that if these actually went out, we can actually create our own light sources, which is pretty nice. Also, you want to be able to have durable cooking sources, so that if you need to make a fire outside and do some cooking. So we have in our basic storage area, we've got a couple of pieces of good quality cast iron pans. One, they're good for cooking. Two, they last forever and you can cook anywhere with them. We also have basic things to be able to prepare foods and stuff like that that are manual hand crank that you don't need to have power for. And of course, we do have our backup water supply here. You've seen that we have various options for water supplies, but this is our atmospheric water generator. You can run it off of solar panels. You don't even need to have power. It has a hand crank here that you can actually pump water from. So if your power goes out, it's got a 48-gallon storage tank full of water. So that gives you the ability to get through basic, you know, calamities. And what we just wanted to stress is that make sure that you know where your stuff is. Make sure that it's all organized and ready to go, because the other day when all the power went out, before we could get to the other room that has our basic lighting in it with our backup power, we had flashlights so that we could see throughout the house when the power went out. You know, but many people don't know, they don't prepare, and then they panic. You know, and when you panic, even if it's not an SHTF situation, you could hurt yourself. You know, you could stumble and trip and cut yourself or whatever. And in a disaster situation, or in a situation where you don't have help and assistance, getting injured is the worst thing you can do. So once again, like I said, just make sure that you have your basic preparedness set up and ready to go just in case anything happens. Make sure that you have food, water, shelter, protection, lighting, and those are the basics. You know, we've got preps all over the house. We've got all different kinds of preps, but you know, having a basic setup of preparations of food, security, water, cooking, lighting, all that kind of stuff is going to make you calm and ready for anything that comes. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you get a chance, please give us a big thumbs up for the information we're sharing. Throw it on Google Plus and Facebook. Share it with your friends and family. And as always, prepare now so you'll be ready later. We'll talk to you soon.